What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I've been thinking a lot about sneaker content. I've been thinking a lot about how it's changed, and I've been thinking about my place in sneaker content over the last year and a half. One thing that I have realized is that when I get into this game, and I mean the sneaker game, sneaker content was so much different. The likes of Sneaker News and Seth Fowler and others who were doing just unboxing after unboxing has really changed. And over the last years, I've really dived deep into filmmaking, or what I want to do is filmmaking. I've started really questioning where my place is in sneaker content. Am I somebody who is supposed to be in sneaker content? Will I ever be accepted as a sneaker content creator? I think ultimately the answer to that is no, but not necessarily for the reasons that maybe I thought that they would be at the beginning of this journey. Do I do unboxings? No. Do I do reviews? I've done a few, but it's not really the content that I want to make. One of the things in content that I think people really have to dive into is finding who they are and going all in on that idea, all in on that personality, and all in on that goal. I knew that I never wanted to do reviews, even though, again, I've done a few, because I know that there are so many people out there who do really, really great work in that space. As far as sneakers are concerned, the culture is what has always gotten me going. But lately, I've wanted to do high quality work. I've wanted to tell different kinds of stories. And while I realize that as a fledgling sneaker creator, the sneakers are supposed to be paramount, I think what I've come to realize is that for me personally, that's not actually what I want to do. I want to be making content that is beyond just sneaker content. I don't want that to define me. When I look at how the landscape have changed, I talked about when I first got into it, and I talked about how unboxings and everything like that was really huge. Fast forward to now, the Complex Sneaker Podcast is no more. People like the Sneak This podcast are thinking about hanging it up. So far over the last year, I've seen creators all across the board go from sneaker-centric identities to identities that are who they are. Even I, about a year ago, did that, changing from Fire Footwear on YouTube to Matt Freights. That's really what I want to be defined by. My brand is myself. Sneakers will be a part of the journey. They will be part of the videos that I make or the short films that I make, but it's not going to be what defines me. It's not going to be the only thing that people know me for, because what I don't want to be is somebody who has to chase the trends in sneakers. One thing that I have definitely learned as a creator is that you sometimes need to put behind this idea that you're going to somehow make the perfect content or please the perfect audience or even have an audience at all. What I can tell you is that the pursuit of perfection hasn't really helped me at all. As a matter of fact, I think that it's held me back, because I think I take myself, I look at these other creators who are doing so much better than I am, and I think, why can I not have what they have? And I think the reason that I can't have what they have is because sneaker content has changed, the tastes of consumers have changed, and the tastes of people who are watching content have changed. And so I think one element of what you have to do, and what I have to do as a creator, is you have to evolve. And so the last year and a half, where I've been sitting here thinking about what I wanted to do and whether I wanted to be a sneaker creator, what I've come to realize is that while I love sneakers, I'm not sure I want to be a sneaker creator anymore. I think what I want to do is make content that makes me happy. Being a creative means you have to take any opportunity that you can get. If you've been watching or listening to me long enough, you know that I have a family life. I have a family, I have a job, and I have other interests. Mainly my interests include this, but I have to fit this in any way that I can. And I think a lot of times creators try to find the perfect moment. They try to find the perfect lighting, the perfect setting, and sometimes you have to take what is given to you. Right now, I have time to come out here and do this. And this lake behind me, this is something that is near where I live. I'm able to walk here, and you have to sometimes utilize the backdrops that you have. It's a gorgeous day here. It is a little bit windy, and that kind of brings me to another point, is that content creation, filmmaking, whatever, is never perfect. And you're never going to find the right situation, the right settings all the time. Right now, the light is changing like crazy, and I'm sure that I'm going from light to dark to light to dark. Does that make me an amateur filmmaker? Yeah, it probably does, because there are people who get paid a ton of money to go out there and utilize everything that they have to make the greatest content. For me, I have to take what is being given to me, and what is being afforded to me right now is time. It's time away from my family. It's time away from other pursuits, but it's a passion project. It is something that I love to do. And so right now I'm sitting here, there's wind blowing, there's been people walking by, there's kids playing, That's all part of the game for me. That's all part of the experience of making content and fitting in this passion into my life. I actually love that about this. For the longest time, I strove for perfection. For the longest time, I thought that I had to be perfect in order to go viral or in order to be popular. And what I've realized is that perfection is not what people are searching YouTube for. Perfection is not what people want. What they want is authenticity, a genuine person, and they want you to be transparent. Yes, they're there for some type of niche, whether it be sneakers or content photography, whatever. But they come here because they want the authentic you in this space. And that's what I've come to realize, is that the authentic me in this space is imperfect. I will never be the best YouTuber. I will never be the most popular YouTuber. And I've told you before that I'm okay with that. But I laugh right now thinking about how imperfect this is, how the edit is probably going to suck on this, how the audio is going to need a lot of help. But at the end of the day, I'm being given time to actually create. I'm being given time to do this. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about life. I've been thinking a lot about the future for myself, for my family, for this channel, and many other things. And sometimes I have to go places to think. I need some solitude in order to really think about that. And a lot of times I come here in Alexandria, Virginia, a lake in the middle of this suburban neighborhood. Everybody would pass it by, not even thinking about anything. And as a matter of fact, there goes a plane right overhead. But that's the beauty of it. Go to places that are familiar. And I'm making a video here for the first time, and it's beautifully imperfect. And at the end of the day, when I bring this back to my computer, I look at the footage, I look at what I've created, I put something out. As imperfect as it will be me. And at the end of the day, that is the best. Hope this finds everybody well. I hope this finds everybody safe. And I'll see you next time.